Hello, welcome to my show, and today is the NFL. Pretty soon coming in, I'm excited. And I'm here to talk a little about some football. Really, kind of give you my expectation this year. The first year without Brady, I'm actually kind of a little nervous, a little excited at the same time. Kind of something I gotta get used to. It like the Peyton era, Peyton Manning era, not Sean Payton era, but really. I'm not going to say this year I expect Seattle to make the playoffs. I will say if Geno can get Seattle past the wild card round, and even if they lose the divisional round, that's okay for me. Because I feel like the more experience Geno puts in, I think Seattle could pull through, and Geno could make a Super Bowl run with the team by the time he retires, which I do believe he had a lot of potential in him, and I do see that a lot. I know that Pete Carroll is known to give chances to players, so I really do that a lot in Seattle. I know they're going to start without Jamal Adams to start the season. Kind of sucks, but it is what it is. With that, Julian Love from the former Giants, I think will kind of help out to see how he does for Seattle until Jamal Adams gets back on his feet. So I don't bet a lot from Seattle this season, but that's what expectations for me. Uh, Rams, well, I I don't think they're going to tank. I think they're going to kind of fall in as make or break season for them. I think that's where we're going to see with Sean McVay and the Rams. I don't know 100% how well Aaron Donald is going to do. I don't know how well Matt Stafford's going to do. So there's a lot of expectations there for the Rams. I was hearing about the Cardinals. I do think they're going to tank this year. I really do, because Kyle Marathon on the injured list. You release Colt McCoy. You bring in two guys that I don't think is going to do well. But, Arizona bet the tank, so they may pick up Caleb Williams, which really a high possibility. 49ers, I bet really a deep run for the 49ers this season. But then again, the 49ers could fall into that mix with Seattle, and the LA Rams could be one of the top teams to do it. But Brock Purdy can prove that he's great and really pushes through, then yes, the 49ers are definitely going to be a hotter team. Now, the Eagles, I do expect them to come back. Maybe it's another Super Bowl run. I believe Jalen Hurts got the ability to do it. The Eagles had a good draft this year, drafting a lot of players from Georgia. So, a lot of talent is going to come from Philadelphia, because Dallas, adding Trey Lance to that quarterback depth chart with Dak Prescott, I feel it gives Dak Prescott a little more push to improve. Dallas could be a surprising team. They could be a surprise run for Super Bowl, and I'm not going to say that 100% on Dallas, but it could be. It's a make or break for them as well. The Giants, well, I don't bet a lot in Daniel Jones. I think they're going to probably look at it more towards, all right, let's see how he does this season. Maybe we'll draft with a good quarterback next season. I don't know. So really in the NFC side, there's not a lot of choice, because the NFC North looks really open. And I bet the Lions could pull through, because I don't know how well Jordan Love's going to do with the Packers. I don't know how well Justin Fields is going to do with the Bears. Because in the NFC South, really, there's Bryce Young with the Panthers. Atlanta Falcons quarterback, I have no clue who the heck he is, but I know he's good. Probably good. I don't know. I haven't seen him. And really, Tampa Bay, I got Baker Mayfield could pull through. So the NFC South could be looking at Carolina or Tampa as the two teams top rush. Back to the NFC North, as I was trying to explain earlier, was because now that Aaron Rodgers left and their Kirk Cousins still there, so Kirk Cousins and Jared Goff could pull through the NFC North as well for the Lions Vikings, which is a very high expectations there. So we could see that Chicago maybe it's a rising run. Who knows how the season's going to roll? So we're going to see that in the NFC side. On the AFC side, I got Kansas City. You're going to have, back to the NFC South, my bad. I know you got their own Saints as possible, and then a run with Derek Carr. So, but in the AFC West, you got Denver, you got they got Sean Payton, head coach, Russell Wilson. So they could be a hard team against Kansas City. Kansas City looking really good, unless Chris Jones stays out for 8 weeks, and we'll see how that goes for that team. If their defense struggles, then I bet the Chargers to pull through. I like the Chargers. They sometimes short toward the end of the season, which kind of messes up, because Herbert's a good quarterback. They got talent, they got defense. I love Keenan Allen. I think he's a good wide receiver. I just think the Chargers got to pull through and see how that goes, because Mike Evans from Tampa, if he didn't get that contract by next for the season starts, he could probably land with the Chargers and play with Justin Herbert. Another good weapon there. So that's something that we could see. But on the AFC side, really, the AFC West looks a little intense more because I'm going to say this about Baltimore, and I know all going to hate me for it, but that's okay. This is just my opinion. If Lamar didn't pull through, I think the Ravens are going to fall because it's going to lead to Cincinnati and Pittsburgh really going for the top gun, but Cincinnati will probably take it because Joe Burrow's a great quarterback. He's got weapons, and I think they're going to pull through really well. That's how I see it. I don't see it. I don't know what other people say, but that's just how I see things. Because really, the New York Jets, if Aaron Rodgers does well for the Jets this season, Super Bowl run, possibility. If they fall through Buffalo, then the Jets have failed. That's a hit or miss kind of thing. Because Buffalo, last couple they've been favorites to the Super Bowl, which I really hope Buffalo makes it. They have great talent. But can they stay healthy? Can they make it through? We'll have to wait and see how the season goes for Buffalo, because Josh Allen is in that race with Mahomes, Burrow. So really, they're the top 10 are staring out at Rodgers with the Jets. Who knows? That's another thing that we'll have to wait and see. So really, this season the NFL is going to be interesting to see who comes out on top. I want to see how C.J. Stroud does for Houston. I want to see how Bryce Young does for Carolina, and then Richardson for the Indianapolis Colts, which I don't bet the Colts to be a high contender team, but I bet them to do well. They kind of finish the season strong, but not a playoff run this season yet. So I kind of live in that. Tennessee, hit or miss kind of thing. Ryan Tannehill's great. I think his time is coming. Miami Dolphins, I'd be a little worried because if Tua stays healthy, the Dolphins are going to be a threat in the AFC East for Buffalo and New York. And that's something that we'll have to see. So let's hope for the best. And that's all I got for today. And hope you tune in for the next episode that I will have my Super Bowl picks and who I expect to be great MVP race as well. Kind of give you some pointers there. So enjoy the show, and I hope you enjoyed it, and have a great weekend, everybody.